You're gonna loan me this van. The MSRP from Winnebago for this, again, the most popular floor plan in the camper van space. The Galley is a really compact, functional unit. It's right at 14 inches deep. That will automatically adjust the furnace. So let's talk about this mattress. Do your business, you push the pedal, and into the dual pane awning style windows is a $1,700 upgrade. This is Nick from Sunshine State RVs. My name is Scott Watson. Welcome to Go Small, Live Large. You're going to loan me this van, is that right?
I am.
This is the most popular camper van on the market, the Travato line by Winnebago.
It is.
And this is the best-selling floor plan in the entire van space, which is a galley behind the driver's seat, 2 twin beds, and a rear bath. So,
yes. All right, you ready?
I'm ready, sir.
Okay.
Woo-hoo.
There you go. Do not take it over 100. How's that?
It's only 2 miles. I'll probably be okay.
And do not go number 2 in it.
Fair. Thanks, Nick. I appreciate it. And just like that, we're taking off. One of the great things about this 2025 Travato is the new and updated Ram ProMaster. The chassis is a huge upgrade. It has, I think, a 9-speed transmission. It's the same power plant as I have, but the transmission is vastly better. I'd say the steering is better. The firmness in the ride is better. And of course, all the safety features that they were a little behind the times on, those have all been updated with all the safety features. Well, now with the brand new 2025 Winnebago Travato 59K parked, let me show you inside. We're going to measure some things. You're going to see some of my items in this van to give some context to how you might travel in this camper van. Again, this is the most popular brand of camper vans on the market, the Winnebago Travato, based on the Ram ProMaster chassis, and this is the best-selling floor plan across all the brands of camper vans, which is a galley behind the driver's seat, 2 twin beds, and a bathroom in the back. Let's jump inside because that's where I think all the juice is, and then I'll show you outside. And before we step inside, just as a point of reference, this is my van, my Winnebago Travato 59GL. G is the floor plan, L is a lithium designation. This one is the 59K, no lithium, on the new Ram ProMaster chassis. Let me know if you've seen something familiar like this before. Let's close the door. Just give you a quick pan. So the front cab is absolutely used as living space. Here's the galley. Storage up above. TV. 2 twin beds. We're going to measure these in a moment. Again, the most popular floor plan in the camper van space. Why? Because it's really open feeling. Lots of windows. Lots of space to maneuver in the hallway. There are cushions that you can put these beds together and have one ginormous bed. I'm actually sleeping here tonight. If you have your spouse with you, they maybe sleep here. Let me show you the bathroom in the back. Pocket doors, pretty cool. Hey everybody, what's up? This is the medicine cabinet. Again, we're going to measure this for you in a moment. This is the pull-down sink. It's been winterized. This is a brand new vehicle. I will be using the systems very lightly because this baby is for sale. Wardrobe in the bathroom. My gym bag. Pretty cool. Hey, if we're meeting for the first time, howdy. My name is Scott Watson. Welcome to my YouTube channel, Go Small, Live Large, all about the camper van, travel, explore, discover, happiness, van life channel. My devotion is to van life. I've been doing this since 2018 in my Travato. What I want to do in this video, it's a 3-part series, is give you a tour with some real world examples. That's video number 1, you're watching that. And then video number 2 is gonna have me stay overnight in this very vehicle. I'm gonna sleep here, we're gonna make some breakfast, make some dinner, make some coffee, and show you what it looks like, feels like to live in this camper van. That's video number 2. Video number 3 is a highlights of my thoughts on this camper van. Again, this is the most popular floor plan in all the camper van world. And I want to show you 5 things I really like and 1 thing, maybe 2, that I think Winnebago could have done a little bit better. So you want to see the entire series so you don't miss a single thing. And if this floor plan is on your list, please consider checking out Sunshine State RVs in Gainesville, Florida. I'm going to give them a big thank you, and probably you too, because they've loaned me this van for a 48-hour period so that I can experience this van interior and convey that back to you to help you with your shopping for a van of this floor plan. Maybe you like it, maybe you don't. You decide. That's what we do here at Go Small, Live Large. We share, and then you decide what's best for you. All right, what I'm going to do is show you we're going to start with the galley, and then we're going to start with the bed. I'm going to measure a bunch of stuff, and then we'll go into the bathroom, and I'll show you that. This is a very different floor plan than what I'm used to, and I've never stayed in a van floor plan like this before, so I'm really excited to show you around and tell you about the experiences. Ready? Let's go. The galley is a really compact, functional unit. Let's measure the width, depth, and height quick. And if we start here and roll this all the way across, we are at just over 52 inches long. We are at just under 2 feet at 23 inches deep. And if we measure from the floor to right here is 39 inches. So it's a pretty sizable cabinet into which Winnebago puts a lot of functionality. This is a propane equipped vehicle, 2-burner there. This is a residential style sink, pretty nice. It's Corian countertop, which is pretty cool. Residential style faucet with on off here. There is a little bit of storage up here with these kind of a basket that's on a ram track. So you can slide this back and forth. Pretty cool. This is a pop-up power pedestal, very common these days. Those are pretty nice. You get 2 outlets. It does save you from having outlets here or outlets over here, so that it's centrally located. Down below, we've got a little bit of storage here for some of those cooking items you might have. This is the EcoHot. If you're not familiar with this, what this does is you turn this to preheat, and as water is coming from the water heater, it's going back into the fresh water tank, so you're not wasting water. Once it's warm, you turn to this mode, and then you have hot water at the tap. Pretty cool. This is a Nova Cool refrigerator on the small size here, obviously because it's in the cabinet itself for the galley. To give some, excuse me, to give some size comparison, this is a 1-gallon jug of water. And the freezer's fairly tiny, I would say. Can I get it up there? Yeah, there we go. But you can get some, frozen veggies, what have you in there. Pretty nice. And the door is very functional. And there's your lock. So when you're traveling, things don't pop open. This is pretty cool. This is a convection microwave. So you can roast, bake, and microwave all in the same space. That's quite awesome. Some storage down here. I've chosen to put my dishes and what have you in here. Silverware. It is positive locking, which is great. And then down here is a small drawer for some pots and pans. This is my cast iron fry pan and Dutch oven, like that. If we flip here, there is a little bit of locking storage, which is pretty cool, built into the floor. Need the key, don't have that handy. If we look up above, we have some really large cabinets up here. Now my suspicion is you'd probably use this for food. You can put a shelf in here about this height, maybe halfway, and you can get a lot of food in here. If you were probably traveling this, you'd put a paper towel holder here, but this gives you some sense of size of what this cabinet will contain. If we measure, it's right at 14 inches deep. At the tallest point here, it's about 12 inches tall. And if we look at it from length, bear with me, right here, we're just at 32 inches. Again, positive locking, pretty important. This is a nice cabinet here. I've got some of my bourbon collection here, Clyde Mays. I've got my coffee pot, which is a big thing for me to have a coffee pot that fits in the cabinet standing up. Coffee cups, bourbon cups, water cups. So this is a really nice space above the galley to have function and food for this compact galley. If we look at the cab space, both seats clearly turn around. This is a lagoon table mount, so you can move this in a number of ways. Here's an entry handle or exit handle. Here's another pop-up power pole, which is pretty cool. If you're needing a little more space in the galley, they have this clever airplane-style table kind of built in here. Let's get that to pivot like that. There we go. It's a little bit of a yoga move, but there you go. So if you're cooking, your spouse is here reading, maybe laying back here, and you're really making a gourmet meal, you need your lagoon table to be part of the prep space. All of this can come together to have one really enormous kitchen prep space. Or maybe somebody's working at this seat. Spin that around so they can put some stuff here, and then this person can work here. You're gonna have to juggle this up a little bit, but clearly this is really functional area. Maybe both of you are having a meal. We'll be doing that in our overnight meal, our overnight video, so you can see that in action. Turning our attention to the rest of the storage. Again, big cabinet, same size. It does have a separation space here, which is nice for rigidity and keeping things tucked in. I like that idea. This is the cab air mattress. So if you've got a small child, grandkid, nephew, something like that, you can inflate this mattress and it fits on the two chairs in the cab so they can have their own separate space. Pretty cool. Here I put some of my clothes in. This is what we'll be sleeping in tonight. Here's jeans for tomorrow. Looking at the bed area, a nightlight, which is super great. Off, blue, bright. Here is a USB-C so you can charge your device. There's a little bit of a springy storage space down here, so if you want to tuck your iPad in, that is where it would go. There's a lot of windows here. So 1, 2, 3. So these are awning style windows, which I really do enjoy. They pivot out like this. And what's cool is if there's a gentle rain and not much breeze, you can leave these open for some fresh air. And then they just lock like this, which is really great. Privacy screen, bug screen, and you get the drill there. Same deal on this side. Privacy screen, bug screen. And these go all the way up and then all the way closed. What's also cool is they have this little security feature here. See this little ridge here? So if you lock it just like that, it secures it open. I would call it ajar, but you get some fresh air in, and that combined with the Max Air fan, you can pull cool, fresh air in without having to use the air conditioning. Pretty darned awesome. So let's measure this bed. This is the shorter of the two. So if I put this right there, I run this all the way out. It's about 73 inches long. And looking at this way, we're just at 28, well, 27 inches wide, which is pretty wide, actually. This one, by contrast, is just at 80 inches long. And if we look on the width, it too is just at 26 inches wide. Now, if we look at the height, I think this is something that's a little interesting. So height from the floor to the mattress is just at 28 inches. But now I'm about 5'10" in height, and sitting on this bed, you can see that my feet dangle. For me, that makes a really uncomfortable seating position. And there's also no support back here unless you pile up all the pillows. Deal breaker? No, but my feet are, what is that? About 6 inches off the floor. So, you know, to sit here for any length of time, that could be a problem for you. Don't know. But the seating is on the firm side. You know how the bedding is for tonight. But that's something that's always been a little curiosity to me, is that these are so tall that it makes my feet dangle. Maybe yours would be fine. And with the extension activated, let's see how deep this is now. From the corner to this is about 40 inches. So it adds about 2 feet. Well, 24, there's 2 feet, there's 3 feet. So it's about 18 inches added overall to cooking space, which is pretty awesome. What do you think of my new pet? Don't have a cat yet, but I do have a betta fish. His name is Tonto. He's pretty glad to be a vanfish. Above the cab is what is lovingly known as the pizza oven. So this is a space with lots of storage. These are the provided window covers. There's the rug that's also included. So this entire space can hold a tremendous amount of gear for you. Maybe even outdoor chairs can fit up here. Maybe something like a roll-up table can fit up here. Let's see if we can try and get a measurement here. This will be tricky. So all the way back to the cab front is just at 23 inches. Let's call it 20. Yeah, 21 inches. And it's about, let's see if we can get this to go that way, about 7 inches tall. And then it's the entire width of the cab. From that side all the way to this side is about 4 feet. Hopefully you can see that there. So it's a tremendous amount of space. And space, while there's a ton of storage in here, mostly in cabinets, I'll show you some under the beds in a second. There's no real garage storage in the back, so you're kind of limited to like chairs, tables, things of that nature. I think this space would be utilized for that. Looking up here, there's a couple of switches. This is the light strip, which I really enjoy mine. High, off, low. So a little bit of a dimming there, which is nice. This is the power control system, probably familiar with that. This is the one place. This is where you check your water tanks, check your battery level. And this is also where you start and stop your generator. So this generator currently has 1 hour of usage on it. This is also where you turn your water pump on and off. Very handy. Again, this is a non-lithium equipped coach, so you'd be using your generator when you are not plugged into shore power. That would be traditional 110 volt, 30 amp. And if you need to run the AC, the microwave, your outlets, that is when you'll need your generator, if not plugged into shore power. This is the Terma system. This is where you get heat, hot water. This is where you control the fan speed. And this is the mode. Is it propane or is it electric? Tonight I'll be using the electric. I'm going to dial it up to 70 degrees. I push to confirm. I'm going to use electric. There's two elements in the furnace, one or two elements. I'm going to choose two elements, and here's my fan speed, high. Now it will automatically adjust the furnace heat output, the fan speed, to monitor the temperature, which I have set at 70 degrees. That's how that works. Here's the inverter. So if you're running the generator, this is where you turn the inverter on or off. Inverter is necessary to be on when using the alternating current 110 volt appliances. This is your LP propane on off switch, and this is your tank holding tank heater. Turn on. That keeps the tanks from freezing. Pretty awesome. Looking up here, we got a really handy key hook, which is great. And then these are for lights. Looking here, we have a smart TV built in with a sound bar. Pretty cool. I do have my Apple TV currently plugged in and working. That's what this is. There's HDMI and cable coax in here, so should you need that. Also in this cabinet is pretty clever here. This is a roof access port. What this is, there's a hole cut on top of the roof at the Winnebago factory. So if you want to connect a Starlink or something, maybe a Weeboo, something like that, you're not having to drill through the roof. Winnebago's done that job for you and capped it off on the outside. Or AC things here. So if you want to have some computer business or some electronics, this is a good place. You got plenty of options here for plugging those bad boys in. Look at this cabinet. This is where I'm storing my blanket for the night. This particular setup, again, you have two twin beds. So I have king size pillows. I like sleeping with those. And you can probably get away with putting that in here. Let's see if that fits. Nope. So you have to set this sideways. I know a lot of folks that use this floor plan, two twin beds. They always have both of them made up, which probably makes great sense. So if you want to do something like this, there you go. This sheet size is from Target. It's a twin XL. It fits okay. It's a little loose because the mattress is small. What I would probably do is do something similar and then get some of those elastic clippy things that keeps the sheets tight. This would probably drive me crazy, but that's kind of how I roll. So again, if you're looking for his and hers clothing, this would be a great solution for that. Again, windows. All right, what I want to do is show you some storage down here. This is pretty awesome. And the way this works, it has a built-in kind of a box spring, if you will. So if I lift this up, it has, let me get this pillow off. There we go. Make this a little easier. So we'll lift this up. So it's got struts, which is pretty cool, and lots of storage. So again, because this is a K, not a volt equipped unit, this has lots of space here. So what this is, what I've done here is, these are the cushions that would be used in the middle, like this. It's kind of hard one-handed, sorry. Let's try this. That's a little better. And that way this makes into a ginormous bed. But I think most people would have this as a twin configuration. So this slides out, this bed frame, if you will, all the way over here. And then you can put these cushions in the middle, have one really huge bed. Now, if we want to measure these storage areas, it's ginormous. This one's slightly deceiving because it has this piece here, but basically it's about 20 inches deep, 20 inches tall, and wait for it, it's about 34 inches long. So you can cram a lot of stuff in there. And this one is, let's just call it 12, 13 inches. And on the height, the same is over here, about 20 inches. And it's kind of squarish. So it's about 13 inches this way. But you can get a lot of stuff in that underbed storage. And I really like they've included these struts so you don't have to struggle too much with lifting up the bed. And then down it goes. So let's talk about this mattress. I travel solo 99% of the time. So what I would probably do if I was purchasing this floor plan for my personal use is I would get rid of this cushion because I would never need it. I'm not traveling with a pet. I used to travel with a cat. We'll have a cat soon, but they be up here with me or probably up there. So I would get rid of this cushion altogether like this. I would get rid of this whole apparatus. And I would convert this space into functional space. I'd probably put some shelves in here. I'd put a standing desk in here. I would make this maybe a bookshelf or something like that. Maybe it's a computer situation. I would really convert this space into something much more functional than a bed, because I just don't need the extra bed. And then if you kind of get the concept, this is really an awesome floor plan if you want an open floor plan type of van. In my opinion, I have a 4-room van in my 59G floor plan. This to me is one really ginormous, great room, and then you got the bathroom behind you. So if you're kind of liking this open concept floor plan, but don't see the need for a second bed, I would encourage you to maybe visit the Winnebago Travato owner and wannabe Facebook group to see what people have done. But that's definitely what I would do if I was getting this floor plan, which I think would be really interesting and really cool. Let me know what you think about that. Okay, so before we get into the bathroom, let me just kind of demo the sleeping space here. Again, I'm on the smaller size, about 5'9", 5'10". I think I've shrunk an inch or two over the last decade. I'm about 160 pounds. I sleep in a really narrow amount of my 4x6 bed in my Travato, so this feels very comfortable to me. They got some apparatus up here so you can put your phone, maybe a water bottle. I don't know where you put a CPAP machine, maybe up here. Again, the lights here, here's light switches, which is pretty cool. Okay, you get the gist, right? Let's go into my favorite room, second favorite room in the van, and that's the bathroom. Pocket doors, which are pretty awesome. When in travel, they do secure with this little loop right here, which is pretty cool. Tuck that down here. And just a quick overview: medicine cabinet, shower, toilet. That means this is a wet bath, which means you are showering with your toilet, which is pretty common. So this is a traditional wet flush toilet, meaning you do your business, you push the pedal, and into the waste tank below the toilet waste, about 13 gallons. Down it goes, and you never see it again. You close this, and you're done. This is compared to a compost toilet, which separates urine from solid matter using kind of a composting method, and you take the bag out, you throw it away, or a cassette toilet, which would require you, it's about 5 gallon, to remove the cassette under the toilet and go dump that someplace else. This is the sink apparatus, which is pretty cool, hidden in plain sight. This is the way that works. So you use your sink and then you tilt it up and it goes into the waste tank. Shower, I'm definitely not going to turn that on. Hey everybody, what's up? Thanks for watching. Because the shower's in here and you got wood here and you have wood in with your wardrobe here, you need to use the shower curtain. The shower curtain is inside, but you would need to use a shower curtain all the way around so you're not getting any of the woodwork wet. Towel rack, pretty cool bug screen. They do have window covers here, and because your commode is right here, you'd probably have this on all the time, unless you're in a really private, natural setting. I don't think you want people seeing you doing your business. I don't know. I would not. Let's look at the cabinetry here, the wardrobe. So pretty good size. This is my gym and shower house bag. Here I have a shirt on the hanger. Now it comes with 2 shelves, and you can put these on. It's really clever. So they're on a little spring system. So you can move these up and down. I've left one, I've removed one. This is the shower curtain. So this is really flexible space here. I like to have my shirts hanging. What I would probably do if this was a personal rig is remove this, put it in a tall batch of, I'd probably move this over here. Whoops, because that would fit, right? And then put over here a tall bank of storage bins, and that's what I would probably do. And if we look down below, there's a really deep drawer here for toilet paper, maybe towels, things of that nature. There is some accessible space. We'll see that when we get outside. But overall, a very compact bathroom, very functional. Again, if you look out this way, this is the view. So a rear bath, very common, very popular. Again, this is vastly different than my van experience because I have 4 distinct rooms. This feels like you are in a window van. It's really pretty special. Medicine chest, let me just show you that quick. So this is my, what do you call these, dope kits? So fair amount of space up here. I put a little stringy thing across here so it holds things in. Probably the same down here. Maybe it's women's makeup, things of that nature, shaving kit. All of that goes in here for me. So I have one bag where everything goes, and I take this and I do usually do all my cleaning, like teeth won't have it in my van, but if I'm getting ready to go someplace, I put this in my duffel bag and off I go. How are we doing so far? So I have to say this floor plan has grown on me. I used to kind of poo-poo it a little bit because it feels like you're always dragging around your bedroom. But again, if you're a solo traveler, this really would be gone, and I really redo this. If you're a traveling couple, this isn't actually too bad. I'm really warming up to the idea. Let me show you a few more things here, and then we'll jump outside. What's down here is some of your awning controls. The awning controls are down here. This is the battery on off. I put my night light here. This is my T-Mobile 5G gateway. This travels with me all the time. What I would do is I put it right here because this is kind of unused space. I would mount it to the floor using Gorilla Putty tape so it wouldn't go anywhere, and that's what I'm doing here. Again, a bug screen wraps down, so if you are looking outside, you would have a really nice view with fresh breeze. When I'm parked, I always like to keep my bathroom door shut. Stay tuned because we're going to do the technical specifications pop-out video where we go through the tank sizes, capacities, all that business. So I get the door open. One thing I really like about Winnebago is the appropriately sized running board. What do I mean? Most of them are too narrow and they're too far close to the body, and it really makes a trip hazard. So let's measure this quick. It's clearly from the front of the passenger door all the way back to the wheel well here. But I think the magic here is right here. So this is about 6 inches wide. More importantly, perhaps, is that it is 8 inches in total width. Most of these are much more closer to the body, and this is not wide enough, so it really, in my opinion, becomes a trip hazard. What also makes this cool is they have little pet hooks here, so if you have a dog on a leash or a cat on a leash, they can use that right there. So again, here's the roll-off, very popular Canadian brand of rolling screen. This is the Carefree awning with illumination, closest door. Now this particular vehicle has the total body paint, which means all the fender wells are painted white. That is some extra money. It really gives a really nice look. If you delete the total paint, it saves you a few dollars, but it gives a kind of I think a little more of aggressive look by having this all black. This is all black. You've probably seen some of those color schemes. It kind of matches with this, so it's really, really handsome. On the patio side, there's the light. I turn that switch on the outside, so that's pretty cool. Bedroom window, bedroom window, bedroom window. This is for solar, so if you want to put in a solar array out here, this is cable and 12 volt. And then right here is 110 volt. So you have to be plugged into shore power or have your generator running to make those work. This is an optional bike rack and ladder. These are pretty cool. This folds down. I had mine for many, many years. I don't know if I can get this to do with one hand. Let's try it. So this then folds down like this, and then you put your two bikes. These trays slide out to about here, and you can put two bicycles on this. These are the tie downs that hold the bikes up. It adds about 2 feet to the entire length of the vehicle from the door. But if you want to carry bikes, and these are not meant for e-bikes, these are traditional bikes. I think the total capacity is 100 pounds. See it right there? So you don't want to overload this. The ladder, you can remove it, which is kind of cool. This thumb screw right here, you can take the ladder off the rack and you can put it then on this side of the roof rack. You can see that up there and kind of move that up and down. So if you want to clean your solar panels, clean the roof, etc., that's how you would do that. It does have a tow hitch. I think it's a capacity of, so here we can read it. So tow, right there, right? So the maximum vertical hitch load is 350 pounds. I think it's about a 3,000 pound towing capacity. Here's the black, literally, and gray release valves. There's a single sewer outlet, which is real nice. And this is the exhaust for the generator. A really nice convenient light. So if you're doing some tank duty in the darkness, you can illuminate that area. This is your Truma furnace vent. This is a sewer hose storage compartment, which is so super great. And this is where you fill your propane. My favorite place lately to get propane is the Tractor Supply Company. Super helpful people. They're pretty much everywhere. And you're dealing with pros, not teenagers at the U-Haul. And here again is the step, again, I think appropriately sized in width and distance from the vehicle. You might be asking what the ground clearance is. And for the sewer hose here, you're about 8 inches, which is about what it is back here. This is the water supply. And let's check the exhaust. So the bottom of the exhaust is actually 7 inches. That's probably the lowest point on the vehicle. Right there, right? This is what the awning style window looks like. Again, super handsome. As I mentioned before, this has all the safety gear. So here's the sensors. The new cab style is super European looking. Let me scamper up on the roof and show you what's up there. There's one thing I really like about this floor plan, and that is the position of the air conditioning. If you look at mine by contrast, my AC is way in the back, which does a really lousy job of cooling in the front. This one, because the air conditioner is in midship, it cools the front and the back really efficiently. A little bit of solar up here. Stay tuned for the specs. We'll go through that. This is the TV. This is the backup camera. And this is the rack that comes with the vehicle. Pretty nice. All right, let me jump inside. We'll talk about the technical specifications and we'll call it a wrap. Thanks for watching. This is where I grab my whiteboard. Let's get into it. But I'm going to go through the 59K, the vehicle we're in right now. And I'm also going to do the KL version on the sell price here so you can see the difference that a non-generator equipped Travato with a Volta lithium system included, what the price difference is. So let's get into it. The MSRP from Winnebago for this rig is 194 grand. Sell price at Sunshine State RVs is $134,950. This seats 4, because it does have 4 or 2 seat belts, lap belts. You saw them probably under this side. And it will sleep, I'm going to say 2.5, so 2 adults and maybe a kid in the front seat. The chassis is a 2025 ProMaster. 3500, front wheel drive only. There are no options for all-wheel drive or 4x4 on a ProMaster van. Why? Because it's front-wheel drive, ladies and gentlemen. This is a gasoline-powered 6-cylinder engine. Puts out about 300 horsepower. It has 24 gallons of fuel. Propane, this is propane equipped, and even if it had a Volta-lithium system, this would still have propane on board for the Truma heat and hot water and for the propane cooktop. 6 gallons of propane. Fresh water is, wait for it, 18 gallons. The gray water, which comes from the sink and shower, is 13 gallons, so a separate capacity, and the toilet is 12 gallons of toilet. So these specs are all the same. If I include the L, what I'm going to do is look at the Sunshine State RV's website. I have it pulled up right here. Right here. There we go. And I'm going to go back one page. So they have two of the 2025 59K vehicles in stock. But if you want a KL, L again being the designation for the lithium package, the MSRP is 233,645 with the sell price at Sunshine State RVs of $159,950. So the difference between these two is not that big when you're considering the freedom that a lithium package brings you. It's about a $25,000 upgrade, but I'm pretty sure you're going to get all of that back when you go to resell, because the lithium is what is actually super hot in the marketplace these days. When we had VanLife Outfitters on my What's Up Wednesday show, 7 p.m. Wednesdays Eastern, we talked about lithium, and a upgrade from AGM batteries to a lithium system aftermarket Victron is at least a $12,000 package plus installation. So factory fresh for 25 grand, you get all the freedom lithium provides, no noise from the generator, and shore power wherever you go. So it's about a $25,000 difference from the lithium and non-lithium. So you do the math, you figure out which is best for you. Fair? Let's keep moving. All right, looking at solar, you saw the roof panels. There's 213 watts up on the roof. No lithium. It has a gasoline 2,800 watt generator. Under chassis, separate combustion engine device. Length, width, height is 21 feet long by 6 feet 9 inches wide by 9 feet 4 inches, and that includes the AC. Gross vehicle weight rating is 12,000 pounds. Occupant carrying capacity is 1,731 pounds. Tow hitch is 3,500 pounds. That's how much weight you can pull behind the vehicle. And there's 350 vertical tongue weight. That's a pressure down if you're putting a basket or an e-bike, something like that, on the back. Well, that's the tongue weight. So there we go, right here. And the warranty is 12 months, 24,000 miles on the Winnebago build-out. So there's the specs on that, but wait, there's more. And that is, this particular vehicle has a lot of options. So I want to run those by you. Where are we at, Scott? Right here. So what we're looking at here is, hopefully you can see that. The cab seats are ultra leather. That's an $1,800 upgrade. The dual pane awning style windows is a $1,700 upgrade. There is the awning rack mount. That's a $1,200. I'm sorry, that's included. The luggage rack is $1,200 upgrade. That's the rack on the roof. The bike rack is $1,000 upgrade. The cab seat bed is, the ladder system is $725. The cab seat bed is $500. There's the internal, the floor mat. You saw that up in the pizza oven. That's a $355 option. And the paint graphics, we talked about that. That's almost a $1,300 option, and it has a $725 delete for the non-digital mirror remote. So there you go. So I hope you enjoyed this pop-out video of the technical specifications of a Travato 59K. Covered all the basics. I highly recommend going to Winnebago.com, looking at the Travato specifications are listed there, and maybe even better still is go to the Sunshine State RVs webpage and click on this exact model so you know exactly what you're getting. If you're contacting Sunshine State RVs, we love them. They love us. Tell them Scott Watson from Go Small, Live Large sent you. I'm getting no compensation from Winnebago for this video. I'm getting no compensation from Sunshine State RVs for this video. What we just like to do is share with you the floor plan, the excitement, and the functionality of camper vans like this. Before I call it a wrap, I failed to mention two things. Number one is the air conditioner above me. We saw it outside, but I like the placement of this. It's in the middle of the cavernous great room living space. This is the Coleman Mach NDQ, meaning it's non-ducted quiet. And again, because it's in the middle of the van, it's going to cool this space very, very efficiently. Need to have the generator running or plug into shore power to get that to run. The other thing I failed to mention is right here at the corner of the bed is a second lagoon mount. So if you want to take that table that you're sitting at and move that here, you can have this workspace and work here or share a meal together. You'll see that in my overnight video, how I would set that up. What we like to do is encourage you to subscribe to the channel if you like this kind of van content. We're growing like crazy right now, and it would be an honor to have you part of our growing Go Small, Live Large community. What we like to say is get your journey on, and peace be with you. We'll see you soon. Thanks again for watching. Really appreciate that.